Hello and welcome all you wonderful members to our life-changing experience event. Since we have received so many entries from across India, we are going to have this event in two parts. Today is part 1 and tomorrow on 1st July we will have part 2. Well, before I started seeing the entries sent by all you members, I was wondering what can be an event in one's life that can really change the way a person experiences life, thinks about life, changes his or her attitude. I was really thinking what could be such events. But then, when I saw your entries, I realized there are so many different experiences that each of you had. And yes, there are so many events that can shape a person's life, change one's attitude, or even give you a new lens to see the world through. So, without further ado, let us begin today's event.
Namaste. I am Govind B. from Bangalore, Jayanagar, Chavdi. I knew the idiom, don't judge a book by its cover. But the real meaning of this idiom I understood when an important event happened in my life. About 35 years ago, one day I was going to my office on my two-wheeler. I was carrying with me 3-4 office files which I had brought the previous day. When I was urgently going, one boy wearing old clothes jumped to the middle of the road and he stopped me. Since I had to go urgently, I became very furious. I thought that boy is expecting some money from me. I shouted at that boy. He became very nervous and trying to tell me something which I could not understand. Then he was pointing his fingers at something on the road. When I turned back, I saw my office file had fallen from my scooter about 50 meters on the road. I parked my scooter on the roadside and ran back and brought my files back. I shook the boy's hand and thanked him profusely. In the meantime, his mother came running and I explained her everything what has happened and I thanked her also. When I tried to give some money, she refused to accept it. The boy, whom I thought was expecting some money from me, had really helped me and he had saved me from a great problem. And that was really a life-saving experience for me.
Namaste, I'm Jayalakshmi. For me, the life changing experience happened during the 90s. During that time, I was going through a lot of personal problems and finally had a lot of financial problems. My children were still in school. I had to find work. So, finding work was not easy because I had entered 40s. I didn't know what to do. Wherever I went, they needed youngsters because 40s also was considered old those days. Though now, even 60s is young. And I had a lot of gap also. I didn't go for work. Nearly 18 years, I was just a homemaker. I was sitting at home and thinking what to do next. So my younger son noticed this. He said, Ma, what are you thinking? You were an actress. An actress is always an actress, so why don't you go back to acting? So what he told me struck me. Yes, I can go back to acting, but it's not so easy. All the contacts, I didn't know, I had lost touch with everybody. Though I was a heroine in 70s, I somehow managed getting contacts after talking to some people. So one thing led to the other, and finally I landed up with a role in a serial Niti Chakra. So once that was telecasted, people got to know Jayalakshmi has come back. She's doing, though my face had changed, but not my voice. So through my voice, they recognized me, and I was offered lot of roles and all till 2020 from 1999. So what my younger son, told about going back to acting was a life changing experience. He told me, Ma, you have done your graduation in acting, so why don't you go back to it? He explained so well, though he was hardly 10 years then. So this was my life changing experience. Thank you.
Namaste. I am Balasubramaniam from Vidyaranpuna Chavadi, Bangalore. I would like to narrate my life changing experience which took place very early in my life when I was still in high school. In my school, National High School, which is one of the oldest schools in Bangalore, they were conducting special Bhagavad Gita competition. That is, one has to recite 6 chapters, about 200 stanzas in one stretch before 3 judges. And also, the judges would ask to start somewhere in between, and we had to continue from there. In this competition, I used to get first prize every year, and by the time I completed SSLC, that is 10th standard, I had by hearted all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. I would say this was my life changing experience because this became the foundation of spiritual journey in my life, which has continued till today. In later years, I used to attend many discourses on Bhagavad Gita and also studied many books which made me understand the entire philosophy contained in Bhagavad Gita. When I got the prizes, they used to give cash prizes of about 20 rupees every year, and my parents wisely purchased silver items like this, which I use even today for almost 60 plus years. This is my lifetime memento. Thank you.
Hello, this is Prabha. It was long back. My mother-in-law was seriously ill and she was in the hospital. It was my turn to look after her at night. So I was there with her. Then after midnight, the next patient who was in the next cabin started shouting, screaming and scolding her husband and everybody. She was making a lot of noise. So I slowly went to her and just advised her, just told her. So everybody is suffering, everybody has pains, and many patients are there. You should also take rest, and others also should get rest. So please control yourself. Like that, I said, and I came back. Within 2-3 minutes, she stopped shouting and all. So I thought so my advice worked. But after some time, I came to know that she was no more. I was so shocked that I felt very, very sorry for her. And I thought I should never advise anybody underestimating their pains or sufferings. So from that day onwards, still I am regretting for that.
Hello everyone, I am Sujata Guru from Vijayanagar Chavdi. I want to share my experience with you all. When my son joined to the new job, he used to travel from Vijayanagar to his office. So he used to cross nearly 10 to 12 signals. So, young boy, no. So, first job, he was very enthusiastic to travel with a new bike. And he was a Balvika's student. He used to do everyday prayer. But when he joined the job in hurry, he used to do puja within 1 or 2 minutes and he used to run away. Then I told him, no, minimum you have to do prayer for 10 minutes. Spare the time for the God, He will take care of you. Like that I told him. Okay, he has agreed. And next day, continuously 2-3 days, he used to prayer 10 to 15 minutes and leave the house. Then fourth day he came back and he told, Mama, yes, you are true. You see, when I pray deeply and take the bike, no signal will stop me. In all signals I will get green light. So I can save 8 minutes there. So thank you Mama, like that he told. But I was so shocked. As a parent I told him, But then I realized the value of the meditation. Then I started myself doing meditation from 10 to 15 minutes to minimum half an hour morning and evening. If we spare our time to the God, definitely He will take care of us. This is my experience. So from that day, I started meditating. Since from 20 years I have practiced. Today I can sit for meditation 2 to 3 hours. I got a full benefit of it. My health has improved in many ways. I suggest everyone to do meditation and get the benefit.
Hello, Namaste. I am Prema from Bengaluru, Vidyaranapura Coffee Chavadi. Everyone has their own life experiences. Some of them are bitter, some of them are very, very sweet, and some of them are unforgettable. Even I too had an unforgettable experience which happened in my life. It all happened when I was very young. My father got transferred and we found a new residence. All the neighbors near the new residence were just nodding acquaintances. No one used to talk to us. Whatever was asked and whenever was asked, the response was just yes or no. So I had a very negative attitude towards them and I never liked them. But one day something happened in my life which changed my attitude. It all happened one day when my uncle suddenly grew breathlessness. As we were new, my father rushed to the neighbor to find out a good doctor who is very close to us. One of our neighbor just recommended a doctor. So he not only recommended, he asked us to come in his car also. So all of us went to the hospital in his car. So as soon as we went to hospital, he was administered in the hospital. But to our dismay, my uncle did not survive. But our neighbor Kaujalgi was with us till 6 a.m. From 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. he was with us only in a hospital. But as it was all our neighbors were very, very far away, it was very difficult for us to wait for it. But till evening, anyway, we have to wait and the body has to be preserved. But our good neighbor called and invited all our relatives to his house for coffee and offered food throughout the day. What a good neighbor he was, though he was very, very new to us. Meanwhile, Kaujalgi not only invited, he made all arrangements for the funeral and even not only funeral, even at the graveyard also. But around 9 p.m. the body was taken to the graveyard and there also he was with us without even administered anything, without even talking or murmuring about the time which he has, which was very, very precious to him. The body was taken to funeral and our neighbor Kaujalgi continued to be hospital and magnanimous throughout till then. Indeed, we and all our relatives are indebtedly proud of our helpful neighbor. If everyone gets such a neighbor, really how helpful it will be and how nice it will be. From that day onwards, I changed my attitude towards the neighbors. Everyone should get such a good neighbor. Thank you, one and all.
Good evening, everybody. I am Rama Jaisima from the Coffee Chavadi, Jainagar, Bengaluru. I wish to share my experience with all of you. After completing my entire schooling in Kannada medium, I joined pre-university course in Maharani's College, Mysore. Our PCM group had a strength of about 40. Out of these, the majority of students were from convent background. That group always would converse among themselves in English and mock at us. During the first week of our college, one day our maths lecturer gave us a problem. I solved and showed it to the lecturer. She asked me to come and explain it to the entire class, but I felt hesitant because my spoken English was not all that fluent. So I sought her permission to speak in Kannada and she permitted and I explained and did my job. But when I looked at my classmates, the English medium group, they were giggling, laughing, and mocking at me. I felt insulted, humiliated, my self confidence got shattered, and I was almost at the verge of tears. Somehow I composed myself and came back to my seat and made a resolution that I would accept this challenge and will overcome my deficiency. So I did. I tried very hard, improved my vocabulary, spoken English fluency, and in the forthcoming mid-terminal examination, which was held after about 2 months, I topped the class and got the appreciation of my teachers as well as won a lot of friends from the so-called elite group.
My name is S.R. Nagaraj. After working for 37 years in ISRO, Bangalore, I was superannuated in 2009 as a senior scientist. I am a resident of Vidyaranipura in Bangalore. The question in my mind was what to do after my retirement in my second innings, how to spend the time after working in an organization like ISRO. One day, accidentally, I came across an advertisement leaflet in an exhibition about Dignity Foundation Bangalore chapter. When I read it, I started getting attracted towards Dignity Foundation mentally. Without much thinking, I became a member of Dignity Foundation in September 2010. The result of that was the vigorous membership drive and inauguration of the DF Chavdi in Vidyaranipura in December 2010. My membership of the Dignity Foundation and my initial 4 years of responsibility as the first coordinator and as an active member of our Chavdi, even today, were my memorable life-changing experiences in my second innings of my life. Getting so many 60 plus like-minded friends coming from different walks of life and different professions of life, both gents and ladies. Getting wonderful knowledge from all corners every day and learning newer things every day. Coming into contact with so many resource persons like learned speakers, professors, doctors, poets, musicians, writers, environmentalists, world-famous cartoonists, film personalities, Bharat Ratna, scientists, karaoke singers, hospitals, organizing health checkups, many good Samaritans serving the society, and many more. I learned the art of motivating the members to bring out their hidden talents. I learned the art of organizing both national and international trips with our members. More than anything, it gave me huge opportunities to learn more, to read more, to write more, and to conduct more events, to bring out the voluntary nature among the members, to become more computer savvy, and also to share whatever information I have gathered during these years. I learned the art of productive and proactive aging. Even today, dignity has become a buzzword and an extended family in our area. Dignity Foundation is not only a platform, but also a springboard. Dignity gave me an opportunity to understand the problems, needs, and challenges of senior citizens and also of the single senior citizens. More than anything, Dignity Foundation membership gave me an opportunity to engage actively, both mentally and physically, in my second innings, reminding me every day that age is only a number. The Dignity Foundation membership motivated me to prepare and share my presentations on various topics with my seniors in other Chavdis and also other forums. If I have graduated my singing from ordinary vocal to the karaoke, it is because of the Dignity Foundation, particularly during the pandemic time over the last 2 years. Pandemic period also gave me an opportunity to participate and to present information and programs virtually on Zoom and Google Meet platforms. It also made me to become health conscious and contribute my mite to society with a little bit of social service. Certainly, my Dignity Foundation membership in 2010 has been a life-changing, eventful experience over the last 11 years. Thank you, Dignity, for giving me dignity and identity in my second innings and to be known to many people. Thank you very much.
Good evening to all my friends of Dignity Foundation. I am Mrs. Sugandhi K. Rao from Jainagar Chavdi, Bangalore. Thank you, Dignity Foundation, for giving me an opportunity to share my life-changing experience. Everyone has that one experience which makes you look at life with a new set of eyes. This experience of mine helped to shape me as I am today. It is rightly said that experience is the best teacher. Some experiences have a lot of impact on you and they help you in knowing yourself and how strong you are in a difficult situation. Unfortunately, my experience was a traumatic one, although it taught me some good things. On this fateful day of November 19th, 2021, I had this most unbelievable experience. I met with a road accident when I was hit by a speeding motorbike and was thrown off the road. The next thing I saw, I was in the hospital, shattered as I lay there on the bed with broken ribs, dislocated shoulder, and a fractured arm. I was writhing in pain. That was the worst thing that could happen to me. I realized that without losing hope, I had to fight this battle and emerge victorious. I earnestly prayed to God to give me courage and resilience to fight this battle, which I finally did. This value of human experience dawned upon me. I realized that God's creation is mysterious and magical and the most valuable asset in life than the other material things. God's blessings, along with my belief and faith in Him, helped me to come out of this trauma. I had to do it for myself and for my family. This experience, my friends, has awakened me to know how the world works and how fragile our life is. To conclude by saying that I will always be grateful to Almighty for what He has done to me. After all, He saved my life. So I say, where there is a will, there is a way. So remain safe and healthy always. Thank you.
Hello friends, I am Jaysri Pancholi from Pune, Kalyani Nagar. I was working as an English teacher in RCM Gujarati School, Pune. Once there was a meeting for English teachers and we were invited. Nearly 250 teachers were there. Some points were given to us and they asked us to write our opinion about that topic. We wrote it and gave the paper to our senior teacher. After 15-20 minutes, one announcement was done and sir said, "Who is Mrs. Pancholi?" I stood up and said, "Sir, it's me." "What happened?" He said, "What is your post now?" I said, "Assistant teacher." "Okay, you are very lazy." I said, "No, sir. I am not lazy at all. I may be slow." "What happened, sir? What's wrong?" He said, "Nothing. You don't want to become principal or vice principal?" I said, "Sir, it's my really dream from childhood. But it's very impossible because there are many senior teachers ahead me and I am the junior most. Moreover, protocol is that according to seniority you will get the post. So I don't think I will get any chance." No, you will get it." "Sir, why you feel so about me?" He said, "When you wrote your opinion, your Y and G goes down and again it goes up. This shows that you are a very ambitious lady, but you are not trying. Try out." "Thank you, sir. Let's see." And in the evening, the meeting was over. We went home. Very next day, I went to school. And what a surprise! There was an announcement that who wants to become principal. So I also applied. I was interviewed and I was selected as a vice principal. So I feel very nice. My dream came true. Many thanks to that sir. Sometimes we don't know our hidden talents also, but someone is there to tell us. I worked as a vice principal for 5 years, then got retired. It was nice experience to work with the students, staff, and really it gave me joy. I also worked very well. So that incident made my life.
Hello, my Dignity friends. I am Dr. Mridula Deshpande from Dignity Center, Vanauri, Pune. In 1972, me and my family, we went to Tezpur, and from there we went to Tawang and Jung, which are near Chinese border. There is a beautiful monastery in Tawang, and there is wonderful landscape of all snow-capped mountains around. We stayed there overnight, and next day when we started to come back, at Sela Pass, which is about 14,000 feet above sea level, there was suddenly a snowstorm starting. And it was so heavy snowfall that the army personnel who were accompanying us said it is too risky to go down in that atmosphere. So we were taken to an army bunker which was close by. As soon as we reached the bunker, we were welcomed very heartily and we were provided with hot tea immediately, and afterwards we were given very good hot meal, and they made arrangements for us to sleep with lots of blankets and all warm things. It was really overwhelming for us that we were welcomed and provided all these things. One of the persons actually had come walking on foot from 9,000 feet to 14,000 feet, and still he was very cheerful and he was serving everybody. It was really surprising. The next day when we got up, everything had cleared, the storm also was disappeared, so we came back safely. But my respect for army personnel who work in such hard conditions and difficult situations grew tremendously. One of the persons told us that many of them have to sleep outside in the snow, inside small bunkers, and keep watch on the enemy posts. It is really difficult life, but they are doing it for their country. So this was really a life-changing experience for me, and I really wanted to share with you.
Hello, I am Sheila Iyer from Pune. My greatest changing experience started from November 2021 when myself and my husband we went through a dietary change where we gave up rice and wheat completely and changed over to millets, the various types of millets like barnyard millet and foxtail millet and little millet and all other types. So I learned how to cook all these millets, and we can make absolutely delicious dishes with these. And the result was that I lost 4 kgs in just 6 months. I used to struggle for losing weight, it was almost impossible. But with the change in diet and little bit of exercise, I have been able to lose 4 kgs, and my diabetes is under control, and my lipid profile etc. is perfect. And I was suffering from severe knee pain that is completely gone, and the doctor has told me that I don't have to go through knee replacement surgery. So this is the greatest life changing experience for me, and I'm very fit now. I feel very happy also. So this is the what I wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chitra Shankar from Mylapur Tevirarangam. Dear dignitarians, I want to share my life-changing story to all of you. During my younger days, I was suffering from asthma. My mother approached a Siddha doctor. Siddha doctor has given medicine for my asthma. With a great surprise, I have fully recovered from that asthma problem. But another problem has arisen. My entire body skin color has been changed. At the time I was 18 years old. I was so pretty before following the medicine. Again, we approached the Siddha doctor. He told that he can't do anything for the side effects of the medicine. I was afraid of coming out of the house due to my ill treatment given by others. Some persons spitted also, and some others have given unwanted comments on seeing my face. I shed tears daily. Anyhow, I wanted to do my MA post-graduation degree. I have joined in Presidency College. It's a co-education college. First day itself, everybody ill-treated me due to my color. One of the doctors also told my mother that I may commit suicide due to the ill treatment of others. My mother strictly told, if you are able to tolerate this ill treatment, you can proceed with your studies. Otherwise, you don't go for the college. She also told me one mantra, you are so pretty than others. My inner feelings also told me that I can. So, I continued my education and finished my MPhil research degree also. The mantra given by mother has helped me to complete my education, joined as a teacher, and to complete my service successfully, and now to speak with you as a dignitarian.
Hi everyone. Hope all of you are doing fine. Now let me share my life-changing experience, an unforgettable experience too. Now when I move around and I meet a lot of people, and with some, based on their understanding and trust, we become very close, and then we try to reach out and help them. Now one day when I was moving around, I happened to bump into somebody whom I know very well. She happens to be my son's teacher. Now she looked at me and she couldn't recognize me. I had to introduce her. Then she asked for my number, and after I got back home, she called me to say that she wanted some money and I should please help her, as her son was without a job and her grandson's fees had to be paid. Now, looking at the amount she asked me, I felt I'm not in a position to help her so much. So I said, give me some time. And considering the type of person she was, very caring when my son was studying in school, I thought, let me try to help her. I had to contact another friend and ask for his help, and together we contributed the money. She had promised me that she would return back the money within a week. So after a week, when I reminded her, I understood that she is asking for a day or two extra time. And this went on and on until finally I realized there is no chance of me getting the money back. Then I had to consult a lawyer, file a case. Then the notice was given, nothing happened. Then I had to ask another friend, and together we tried to talk to her and put a deadline so that she understands that we are serious now. But again, she went on pushing the date, and we had asked for her son's numbers also. So finally, my friend had to call one of the sons and tell him that this is what your mother is doing. And then when he heard that it was from me, the money has been taken, he said, oh my God, I want to speak to auntie. And then when he spoke to me, he told me that his mother has been doing this several times and people have been complaining. But considering that he knows me well, he said he will talk to his brother, and together they decided to return back the money, and in no time the money was transferred to my account. Now what I find is, in life, some people are not the same. They change. When we reach out and help people, we have to be very clear as to, is there a genuine reason for them to ask us the money? And if we are in a position to help, if we have the money, please help. We should not borrow from others and try to reach out, because then we are in trouble. When it comes to money, we have to be extra careful because it's our hard-earned money, and we should give it to the right people which will help them at the right time. So please understand that I'm sharing this because I have gone through a lot of stressful situations, and then it's better always when we understand things and then we move forward. Thank you very much.
R.J.N. Nehru from Chennai chapter would like to present my life-changing experience of my life till date. There were many right from my childhood and as a student, as a bachelor, as well as after marriage and profession, etc. But it worth mentioning of my life changing from 5th September 2019 when I lost my wife on 21st August 2019 and I was alone with my only son John Pradeep, who settled in London from 2007, got married on 2009. I visit them frequently till my wife was in good health. When she expired on 2019, 21st August, which was not expected so sudden, even though she was ill for quite some time. He came down on 21 days leave for a funeral and was worried how to settle myself at this juncture. He found the Dignity Foundation take care of the senior citizen and started inquiring and finally found out the place and the location. He has to leave on 6th of September, but ensured I get occupied and spent my time peacefully. He took me to the office and made me as a member on the 5th evening on 5th September, and I was made a member from that day immediately. I get my pen peacefully, and the Degree Foundation, they arrange the meetings weekly on a 5 days with various activities and yoga as well as some other activities which they make the members happy and peaceful. But 2020 March, coronavirus paralyzed the whole country as well as the whole world. They have found out a way to meet the members through Zoom every day, once in a week, all the members on all India basis. They have also introduced a monthly performer and show the talents for various type of activities and awarded them for best performer. But how I was benefited, the 3 years light like a lightning with the association of the members. It also worth mentioning that Madam Felista personally taken care of the members and inquire the welfare, etc. The staff were very cordial. Going this way, my loneliness will get vanished and I peacefully live and learn many things. I was also fully taken care of, especially by Madam Felista, when I was affected by the coronavirus by providing all the assistance that I need during the time of self-isolation. I could also join in some of the cultural programs to the extent possible and once in Zoom theatre play. But for DF as well as Dr. C. Srinivasan, thank you very much for the opportunity given to put my changing experience in joining DF especially and enjoy in every possible way.
வணக்கம், என்னுடைய பேர் அன்னலட்சுமி. நான் அண்ணா நகர் தேநீர் அரங்கம் டிக்னிட்டியிலிருந்து பேசுகிறேன். எனக்கு வந்து ரெண்டு பசங்க. ரெண்டு பசங்களும் வந்து இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் தான் இருக்கிறாங்க. பெரியவன் வந்து யூகேல வந்து ஒரு நல்ல கம்பெனியில் நல்ல போஸ்டில் இருக்கிறான். சின்னவன் வந்து பிஸ்னஸ் பார்க்குறான். அவன் வந்து பிஸ்னஸ் தான் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பிஸ்னஸ் பார்க்குறான். அதுக்கு ஃபுல்லாக சப்போர்ட்டிங் வந்து நான் தான் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். அவன் பிஸ்னஸ் பண்ணாலும் ஒரு உடம்பு வைக்க முடியும், நல்ல ஒரு பெரிய ஆளாக ஆகிட்டான். இப்போ ஒரு நல்லா பேர் வாங்குற மாதிரி பையன் இருக்கிறான். அதனால் எனக்கு வந்து இந்த குடும்பத்திலேயும் நான் இவ்வளோ உழைச்சி பசங்களை இப்படி உருவாக்குனது எல்லோரும் போற்றும்படி வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்கிறோம். எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது. இது வந்து என்னோட வாழ்க்கையில் ஒரு டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட். இதுலேயும் என் சின்ன பையன் என்ன சொல்கிறான், வீட்டில் ஏமா தனியாக இருக்கிறீங்க, நீங்கள் ஏதாவது இதெல்லாம் போய் சேர்ந்துட்டு டைம் பாஸ் பண்ணுங்கன்னு என் பையன் சொல்லி எனக்கு என்கரேஜ் பண்ணாப்புல. அப்போ நானும் என் ஃப்ரெண்டு ஒரு நாள் வந்து வீட்டில் வாக்கிங் போனோம். வாக்கிங் போகிற இடத்துல இந்த போர்டை பார்த்தோம், டிக்னிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஒரு போர்டு போட்டுச்சு. அதை பார்த்து சீனியர் சிட்டிசன் அதில் பார்த்தோன்னே சரி நம்ம உள்ளே போய் பார்க்கலாம்னு பார்க்க போனோம். பார்த்தா எல்லா சீனியர் சிட்டிசன்ஸ் எல்லாரும் உட்காந்து நல்லா என்ஜாய் பண்ண எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. இதை பார்த்தா நானும் என் ஃப்ரெண்டு என்ன பண்ணோம், சரி நம்ம இதில் சேரலாமான்னு நாங்கள் யோசனை பண்ணி உடனே அடுத்த வாரமே நாங்கள் 2 பேரும் அதில் சேர்ந்தோம். சேர்ந்து ஒரு 5 வருஷம் இருக்கும். 5 வருஷம் இருந்தோன்னே எங்களுக்கு வந்து எப்படா டிக்னிட்டி போகலாம் அப்படின்ற அளவுக்கு அங்கே வந்து அவ்வளோ எல்லா இதுவும் இருந்துச்சு. காம்படிஷன் இருக்குது, குக்கிங் இருக்குது, எல்லாம் டெய்லி ஒவ்வொரு ப்ரோக்ராம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அப்புறம் வந்து யோகா இருக்குது. என்னெல்லாம் நமக்கு தேவையோ நம்ம சீனியர் சிட்டிசன் வீட்டிலேருந்து நம்ம ஒரு என்ஜாய்மெண்ட் பண்ணோம்னா என்னென்ன தேவை எல்லாமே அங்கே இருந்தது. அப்படியே நானும் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட் என்ன பண்ணோம், இதை விட நமக்கு வந்து எதுவுமே கிடைக்காது நம்ம வாழ்வில் ஃபியூச்சரில், இனிமேல் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம், இதுதான் நமக்கு ஒரு என்ஜாய்மெண்ட். நானும் என் ஃப்ரெண்டும் அதை சேர்ந்து ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இன்றைக்கி இருக்கிறோம். எல்லா இதுவும் நாங்கள் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுறோம். பண்ணிவிட்டு எனக்கு வந்து குக்கிங்னா ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டு. ஆனால் குக்கிங்னா ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டாக இருக்குன்னா நாங்கள் வந்து குக்கிங்கில் நிறைய பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணி அதில் தேர்ந்தெடுத்துருக்கோம். அதே மாதிரி நிறைய இதை விட இன்னும் எக்கச்சக்கமான இதை இருக்குது. அதில் நாங்கள் பார்த்து செஞ்சு நாங்கள் இப்போ வந்து நல்லா ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கிறோம். இந்த வாய்ப்பு தந்த டிக்னிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷன் குரூப்புக்கு என்னுடைய வன்மார்ந்த வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
This is K. Kumar, a member of Chennai chapter of Dignity Foundation. If you just look at the background, you may find myself surrounded by so many children. Those children are supported by an organization which I am leading. We have got around 120 children who do not have either of the parents or both the parents. Similarly, we have got around 40 senior citizens. Either they do not have children or the children are not supporting them at their old age. One thing is sure, that but for the support given by us, these people will be suffering a lot. It is not just money or food or clothing or shelter. It is the care that they've been just looking for. Come back to tell you about when and how I got this point of change in the life. Till such time I was not very caring, or you may call it as a selfish person who is taking care of myself. When I was a child, when I was going to the school, I used to just ask my father for everything. And he was just have patience in explaining me what is the big difference between the necessity and the luxury or comfort. And at a particular point of time on a day, he just gave me a book of Shakespeare, in which I read Shakespeare saying, quote, "I cried when I had no shoes, but I stopped crying when I saw a man without legs," unquote. So that is the situation in life. So many people are there in the world who have to be taken care. So from that point, I started caring for people, caring for the children who were studying with me. And then when I started working, those people whom I saw who need immediate support, I started supporting them. And after that, through this organization, we are supporting the children, we are supporting the senior citizens, we are providing comforts, not only comforts in the way of just giving food, shelter and other things, but we give them good time, our people spend time with them. And all these things are being done with a sole aim or intention, so that we can just make them a contributing citizen to this community. Once they become a contributing citizen, definitely they will be taking care of so many other people who are deprived. So that was a point that changed my life. The person who was very selfish became very self centered, has become a person who will take care of these people. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best in life.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். சென்னை மயிலாப்பூர் தேநீர் அரங்கத்திலிருந்து காஞ்சனா சந்திரசேகரன் பேசுகிறேன். சேஞ்ச் ஆஃப் லைஃப் பற்றி சொல்லணுன்னாக்கா, டிகினிட்டிக்கு முன் டிகினிட்டி பின் தான் நான் சொல்லணும். டிகினிட்டி முன் ஒரு சராசரி அம்மாவா, மாமியாரா, பாட்டியா சந்தோஷமாக வாழ்ந்துன்னு இருந்தேன். வீட்டு பக்கத்தில் இருக்க மளிகை கடையும் காய்கறி கடை தான் எனக்கு நட்பாக இருந்துச்சு. மற்றபடி கோயில், குடும்ப விசேஷம் என என்னோடய உலகம் இருந்தது. அப்போ நான் சந்தோஷமாக இருந்தேன். டிகினிட்டிக்கு பின் சொல்லணுன்னாக்கா, 2016 மயிலாப் டைம்ஸ் பேப்பரில் சமையல் செய்ய வாங்க என்று டிகினிட்டி சார்பாக அழைப்பு விட்டுருந்தாங்க. அதை பார்த்துட்டு சீனிவாச காந்தி நிலையம் சென்றேன். அன்றிலிருந்து எனக்குள் நிறைய மாற்றங்களை நான் பார்த்தேன். எனக்கான நேரத்தை ஒதுக்கி எனக்குன்னு வாழ ஆரம்பித்தேன். நான் தைரியம், தன்னம்பிக்கையும் எனக்குள் வந்துச்சு. நிறைய நண்பர்கள் கிடைச்சாங்க. 60 வயது வரை அறிமுகம் இல்லாமல் இருந்தோம். டிகினிட்டியால் அறிமுகம் ஆனோம். என் அடிமனத்தில் இருந்த யோகா, பாட்டு, டான்ஸ், சமையல் கலை, லாஃப் தெரப்பி என எல்லாமே டிகினிட்டியால் என்கிட்டேருந்து வெளியில் வந்துச்சு. நான் இப்போ எனக்கான ஒவ்வொரு மணி நேரத்தையும் எனக்காக நான் செலவழிச்சுன்னு இருக்கேன். அதனால் நான் ஹாப்பியாக, சந்தோஷமாக, ஆரோக்கியமாக வாழ்ந்துன்னு இருக்கேன். இந்த சந்தர்ப்பத்தை கொடுத்த டிகினிட்டி நண்பர்களுக்கும் ஸ்டாஃப்களுக்கும் வணக்கம் சொல்லி நன்றி சொல்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Kasi Viswanathan from Chennai chapter. My life-changing experience happened in the summer of 1964. That is the year I cleared my school final board exam with flying colors. And naturally, celebrations in family and friends followed. After a few days of going out with my friends, I was down with typhoid. So severe, I had to be admitted in a hospital. I had an NDE, near-death experience, which means I died and remained dead for a brief period of time and then returned to life. During the recovery period in the hospital, my attitude towards others changed drastically. The enormous love and affection shown by my family and friends made me to appreciate the importance and purpose of life. All my classmates and many of my sister's classmates too visited me in the hospital regularly and helped me to recover. Yes, my sisters and I attended the same school, small government high school of Tamil medium in Hyderabad. So everyone else knew everyone in the school. During my hospitalization period, the application to the pre-university had to be made. My classmates did all the research of colleges in Hyderabad and Secunderabad and helped me prepare my application form as per my choice of subjects and college. I cannot forget Venkatesh, who was the main friend in the group. He only sat with me, filled up the common application form and took my signature and submitted it. That made me realize the importance of friends in life. Since then, I started reciprocating the same spirit of friendship towards my friends.
This is Jai Raman from Chennai chapter. My turning point was in 2001 when the earthquake attacked the Gujarat. At that time I was in Ahmedabad. In January 2001, I wanted to take my family out and we had a very good planning and we were able to get ready 8:45 in the morning on 26 January. And all of a sudden I was just enjoying with my son, and he was sitting on my lap, and I was just playing with him. All of a sudden, my body was shaking. I did not know what is happening. Then again the body got tilted like anything, and front and back, and it was against the wall of my backside. And I was totally confused. And my daughter and was crying for something else in the other room, and she came running. Daddy, what is happening? Why the refrigerator is just tilting like anything? And again it was adding my confusion. So what is happening? And the moment we all heard about earthquake, but at that time only I felt, okay, earthquake would be like this. So I immediately shouted, chalo, earthquake, chalo, bago. And as I was sitting just near the main door, I took my son in my hand, and we started going down, because we were in the third floor, and it was not so easy to climb down, because the building was tilting like this way and this way. And no, it was just all the people from fourth floor to down to all the floor going in the only one way. And anyway, it's all saved. We all of us could came down, and we gathered in center of the place, and we just saw it. And the people who were all as it is, whatever dress we are, the way it was, they all came down. It was very, very pathetic situation, and we came to know only after that it was heavy damage all over the Gujarat, especially in Bhuj. That one thing it made us, people who were enjoying so far with a lot of money and lot of wealth, and vanished in no time. And I was one of the person was greedy for everything. So this situation made us and made me. And what is the point of having greediness? Just enjoy the moment and let it go, whatever it is. So that's the way it changed me in my life. Actually, in fact, it was a second life for all of us and whoever staying in that apartment. For next 3 months, myself, my family, and all the people due to shock, and they could not have free movement, at least for the 3 months. So the turning point for me was that not to greed for anything after the incident.
I am Malati Kannan from the Chennai chapter of Dignity Foundation. I am proud to be a member of Dignity Foundation because that has taken me forward in many activities in the past 20 years of my life in Chennai. The biggest turning point in my life was Mr. Kashyap's talk at our place when he came for lunch. Mr. Kashyap, the general manager of naval armaments in Bombay, had come over to our place in Karanja. There, he was talking to Mr. Kannan and he said, "Why are you hiding a lamp under a bushel?" I was also wondering as to what he was talking about. Then he said, "She's got so much of talent. Why doesn't she take up a job?" So Mr. Kannan told him, "No, she's asthmatic and has also got a lot of chalk allergy. So that is why, though she is qualified for +2 English, she's not taken up a job." So Mr. Kashyap came up with a new proposal. He said, "Why should she be going teaching in school? We can appoint her as an HM of our naval KG school." That was really something which I felt was a turning point in my life. He told Mr. Kannan it will be a 3-hour job and she definitely need not take classes for children there, but she can take care of all activities of the NADKG school. And here I must say, when I joined NADKG school, it was a 5-room place. But I did enjoy being there with those children. And it brought forward a lot of talent in me also. But later, almost 25 years later, when we had gone to NAD Karanja for the Golden Jubilee celebration, I must say I was stumped when the current HM of the Naval KG school took me on stage and introduced me as the first HM of this NADKG school. But here I must say, though we started off with just a 5-room school, today it is a multi-floor school with a lot of talented teachers and children who have got the capacity to take on whatever we give them. NADKG school was a turning point in my life, And this, I must say, I'm very thankful to Mr. Kashyap. But for him, I don't think I would have started a working point in my life. Here, my gratitude to Mr. Kashyap. From here on, I went on in life, but the first KG school, the way they keep me occupied even now for all their activities. When they have competitions in their school, I am still one of the judges for all their competitions. It's a great feeling that I have for the NAD KG school. And here it is once again thanks to Mr. Kashyap, the General Manager of Naval Armaments, Bombay. Today, I still am in touch with him, though he is 90 plus. My prayers for his long life.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் சென்னை சாப்டர் டிகினிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷன்லேருந்து வந்திருக்கேன். என் பேர் கலாவதி. நான் வந்து சோஷியல் வெல்ஃபேர் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டில் ஆனரோடியம் பேமெண்ட்டில் ஒரு ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருந்தேன். கொஞ்ச நாள் கழித்து எனக்கு ப்ரமோஷன் கொடுத்தாங்க. அந்த ப்ரமோஷன் வந்த டைமில் 2 மாதம் மதுரையில் ட்ரைனிங் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. அப்போ என் கையில் குழந்தை இருந்தான், அவனுக்கு பால் கொடுத்துட்டு இருந்ததால் அவனை தூக்கிட்டே போக வேண்டியதாக இருக்குது. 2 மாதம் ட்ரைனிங் முடிஞ்சு எனக்கு திருநெல்வேலி டிஸ்ட்ரிக்டில் போஸ்டிங் போட்டிருந்தாங்க. அங்கே போய் ஜாயின் பண்ணி 1 இயர் ஒர்க் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் திருவண்ணாமலை தாலுக்கில் போஸ்டிங் போட்டாங்க. அங்கே போயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது குழந்தைய மட்டும் போய் எங்கள் வீட்லேயே விட்டுட்டு வாரம் வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு வந்துட்டு இருந்தேன். வெள்ளிக்கிழமை டியூட்டி முடிஞ்சு ஈவினிங் போவேன். அதே மாதிரி மண்டே வந்து மார்னிங் கிளம்பி வந்துடுவேன். அந்த மாதிரி வேலை செஞ்சுட்டு இருக்கும்போது அதுக்கப்புறம் போகும்போது என் பையன் ரொம்ப அடம் பிடிச்சா கூடவே வருவேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, அதனால் அவனை கொண்டு வந்து திருவண்ணாமலை காந்தி நகர் மெட்ரிகுலேஷன் ஸ்கூலில் சேர்த்தேன். எனக்கு திருவண்ணாமலை வந்து ஒரு நல்ல லக்கி பிளேஸாக இருந்தது. அது ஆன்மீக ஸ்தலம் மட்டுமில்லை, கார்த்திகை தீபம், கிரிவலம் இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் இருந்ததோட மட்டுமில்லை, என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கையில் திருப்புமலையான ஒன்று. அங்கே வந்து திருவண்ணாமலை பிளாக்கில் தண்டராம்பட்டு இதில் வேலை செஞ்சுட்டு இருந்தேன். அங்கே இருக்கும்போது எனக்கு அங்கே 3 பிளாக் இருக்குது அந்த தாலுக்கில். அங்கெல்லாம் நிறைய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் 21 பேர் மெம்பர்ஸ் இருந்தாங்க. அவங்கெல்லாம் என்னுடைய சொந்த ஃபேமிலி மாதிரி இருந்தாங்க. அதனால் படித்தோடனே எனக்கு டிகிரி படிக்கணும்னு ஆசை. எங்கள் வீட்டில் சேர்க்கல. நான் திருவண்ணாமலைக்கு வந்து மெட்ராஸ் யூனிவர்சிட்டி அப்ளை பண்ணி பிஏ முடித்தேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் அண்ணாமலை யூனிவர்சிட்டியில் எம்ஏ முடித்தேன். இந்த மாதிரி நல்ல திருப்பம்லாம் எனக்கு வந்தது. என் பையன் வந்து காந்திநகர் மெட்ரிகுலேஷன்லேயே படிச்சுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் காலேஜ் அண்ணாமலை யூனிவர்சிட்டி சேர்த்தேன். அவன் இப்போ சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியராக சென்னையில் வேலை செஞ்சுட்டு அவன் கல்யாணமாக வச்சு நாங்கள் குழந்தைங்க இருக்காங்க. இப்போ நான் ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் சொந்த ஊரில் 2 வருஷம் இருந்து அதுக்கப்புறம் என் பையனுடைய வந்து சன்னு டாக்டர் எல்லாம் 2 குழந்தைங்களோட திருவண்ணாமலையே சென்னையிலேயே செட்டில் ஆகிட்டேன். அப்படி இருக்கும்போது சென்னையில் வந்து நான் இருக்கும்போது அண்ணா நகர் டைம்னு ஒரு பத்திரிக்கை, அதில் வந்து டிகினிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷன் பற்றி விளம்பரம் பார்த்தேன். வந்து அதில் ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டேன். அங்கே நல்ல சிறப்பான ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் எல்லாம் செய்கிறாங்க. அதிலெல்லாம் கலந்துக்கிட்டேன். அதெல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது. இப்போ குடும்பத்தோடு இருக்கிறது மட்டும் இல்லை, டிகினிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷனில் சேர்ந்து ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியாகவும் இருக்கேன். வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Namaste, I'm Padma from Chennai. Life-changing experience for me happened a few years ago in a train. It was a jam-packed compartment. Specifically 2 people, a mother-in-law and her very pregnant daughter-in-law, both of them wanted lower berth. But they were other older people, so they were not getting it. And we were talking and we got to know each other. They were sitting in the lower berth. At that point in time, one lady entered. Her name happened to be Shenbagam. She was a transgender. As soon as she came and she found that her lower berth, she said, "Madam, this is my seat." This mother-in-law, she said, "How you entered here? This is AC compartment. Who allowed you to come here?" Then this Shenbagam said, "Ma'am, I may be a transgender, but I have a reserved ticket and this is my seat." Then mother-in-law said, "Okay, then we cannot get up from here because my daughter-in-law is pregnant. You can see, no? You go and take that upper one. Go." Shenbagam did not take it badly, even though mother-in-law was being extremely rude. She said, "Okay, madam." And we all settled down. And when Shenbagam went to wash her hand also, this mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law were very badly talking. Why they are allowing such weirdos to enter the train and all that. I was shocked that people can talk aloud and that too have such a narrow mindedness. Then the TT came, allotted. The daughter-in-law, anyway, she had got Shanbagam's lower berth. Mother-in-law was allotted in the next compartment, lower berth. While dinner also, there was nobody was talking to Shanbagam or taking her food or anything. Others exchange. Then when the time came to go to sleep, this mother-in-law suddenly she said that she is feeling very nauseous and she fainted. The daughter-in-law rushed, they switched on the light, she tried to wake her mother-in-law up, she's just not opening her eyes, and then people presumed she's dead. That is when Shanbagam quickly got down, which came, opened her bag, took out her stethoscope, checked the vitals, and then gave her a CPR. And she resuscitated the mother-in-law. And then she also made a phone call and spoke to the authorities and told the daughter-in-law, in the next railway station, a medical team will be waiting, railway medical team. It turns out that she is a trained paramedical, and it seems she has stood first in her course, and she has had job offer in the Hinduja hospitals in Bombay. Already she is having a job offer. All this we came to know later. So it was a valuable lesson I learned, that we must not discriminate based on what the person is. The person who had been so rude to her, her life was saved. The person who is able to save life is nothing but God. And both the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law thanked her and asked for forgiveness also. That was also, they also learned life's lesson. We must never in our lives discriminate people based on gender, caste, creed, or their sexuality. Everybody is human. Everybody should be respected. That is the lesson.
ராஜஸ்ரீ வெங்கட்ராமன், அண்ணாநகர் திரையரங்கம், சென்னை. இந்த மாதம் ஈவெண்ட் டாபிக் வந்து டர்னிங் பாயிண்ட், ரொம்ப நல்ல டாப்பிக்கு. என் லைஃப்பில் இது ஆரம்பிச்சு இந்த டிகினிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷன்லேருந்து தான். அதில் வந்து எல்லா ப்ரோக்ராமும் இருந்தது. அதில் சிங்கிங் ப்ரெஷர் எவ்ரி டியூஸ்டே இருந்ததில் அதில் நல்ல மெலடி சிங்கிங், சோலோ அண்ட் டூயட் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆச்சு. ஸோ ஃபெலிஸ்டா மேடம் அதுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. எவ்ரி டியூஸ்டே வச்சு எல்லோரும் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணி எல்லாம் பண்ணாங்க. இதில் எனக்கு நல்லா கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆச்சு. 2 மாதம் முன்னாடி ஸ்டார் மேக்கரில் காம்படிஷன் வச்சுருந்தாங்க சுகுமார் அவர்கள். அதில் வந்து எனக்கு கோல்டன் ஸ்டார் கிடச்சிருக்கு. ஸோ அதில் எல்லோரும் விரும்பி பார்த்ததுனால மேலே மேலே அதில் நான் இன்னும் பேக்ரவுண்ட் மியூசிக்கோடு பாடின்னு இருக்கேன். இதுதான் என்னுடைய லைஃப்பில் பெரிய பேக்ரவுண்ட் மியூசிக்கோடு இதில் பாட ஆரம்பித்தது இன்னும் நல்லா இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆச்சு. ஸோ பப்ளிக் வந்து எல்லாமே விரும்பி பார்க்க ஆரம்பித்தாங்க என்னோடய அந்த மெலடிஸ். அதோட கூட நான் பக்தி பாடலையும் பண்ணேன். இப்போ அதையும் எல்லோரும் விரும்பி பார்க்க ஆரம்பித்தாங்க. இது பெரிய ஒரு டர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் எனக்கு. அந்த இது ஸோ வந்து எல்லாருமே யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ்லேருந்து சீனியர் சிட்டிசன் வரைக்கும் எல்லாருமே அதில் பார்க்க ஆரம்பிச்சுட்டு மேலும் மேலும் அதில் நான் பேக்ரவுண்ட் மியூசிக்கோடு நான் பாடின்னு இருக்கேன். முக்கிய இது வந்து எனக்கு அந்த டிகினிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷனில் சேர்ந்தது. அண்ட் ஃபெலிஸ்டா மேடம் நல்லா இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணாங்க. அந்த சிங்கிங் ப்ரெஷர் எவ்ரி வீக் வச்சு எல்லாருக்குமே என்கரேஜ் கொடுத்ததுல அதில் ரொம்பவே எனக்கு இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகி இப்போ இதில் ஸ்டார் மேக்கர்லேயும் போய் நல்ல ஒரு இதில் இருக்குது. எனக்கு ஆக்சுவலாக மியூசிக் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். ஸோ இதில் நல்ல இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் கிடச்சிது. டர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் ஆரம்பம் முதல் டிகினிட்டி அண்ட் இது ஸ்டார் மேக்கரில். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் டிகினிட்டி ஃபவுண்டேஷன், ஃபெலிஸ்டா மேடம், ஆல் பிரதர்ஸ் அண்ட் சிஸ்டர்ஸ். தேங்க்யூ.
I'm Mrs. Rajeshwari Vinayak from Chennai chapter. My turning point would be, my husband was diagnosed as dementia starting, and I had no one. I had his family members here. They all said they are also old and they have to take their medications and their prayers, and there's so much to do, and I can't keep bringing him there to their places. Whereas before this happened, we were always getting in and out of his relatives' family, his relatives, because I don't have any of my relatives in Chennai. And I never, after marriage, we sort of adopt their family as our family, and that's how we lived. And suddenly when this happened, I didn't know what to do, and I used to take him for long walks and to places where his mind will be occupied and he'll be happy. So anywhere there's some humor, there's some music, I will take him. And humor club we went once, and there I met a person called Chai Masti, and she was talking about dignity, and I went and inquired about it, and she said immediately go and join him there. I was a little hesitant, but she insisted, just try and see what happens. So I went to Dignity Foundation, Chennai, chapter, and he was very happy there. But I, as a person who's been handling him for so long, couldn't let him go. So I was hanging around the place, and then I took some counseling from Felista and Merita and Gracie, and finally I let go and went to do my own thing, like pranic healing and other stuff. And he slowly started to adjust very well, and I used to make him walk a lot so that he doesn't take night sleeping tablets and stuff. The turning point was when everybody shut their door on your face and you had to be all alone, standing there, not knowing what happened and how to go forward. Children, one child is in Hyderabad, one is in Singapore, so I didn't really get any help at all. So this was my turning point. I became very confident, very courageous, started to face things on my own. Now too, I'm in Chennai only for Dignity Foundation's help and guidance. Yeah, this is a life-changing moment for me.
Namaste Dignity friends. I am Ramani Raja from Abhinamapuram, Chai Masti Centres, Chennai. Actually, my very great person who changed my life is Srimati D.K. Pattamal Amma, who is my Mata Pita Guru Devam. And I went to learn music from her, but I learned how to lead a way of life, and it changed my life. She changed my life totally because she was a great person and she knew no anger, and she taught me how to be patient in life and then humble, and a lot of things I learned from her. And she is Padma Vibhushan, a great person, but a very, very simple person. And she changed my life totally, not only in music, and how to lead a life happy and peaceful and be a good person.
Hi, I'm Revati of the Chennai chapter, and I'm going to relate to you an experience that brought about a change in my attitude. I was in my 20s, my daughter some 2 odd years old, and my husband was posted to this project on a top of a hill station. Some of his colleagues were down in the valley. We would often drive down to the valley. It took us about 2 hours, but much of it was through a forest. One evening, my husband wanted to consult a colleague of his, so we drove down to the valley. By the time he had got through, it was very late. Our host's mother was very unhappy with the idea of just the 2 of us driving through the forest with the little child. She told us, no, do not go, stay back and leave tomorrow morning. We just brushed aside her caution and set forth. We were making good progress. About an hour later, the jeep came to a shuddering stop. In spite of my husband's best efforts, it refused to move an inch. We were stuck right there in the middle of the forest. It was pitch dark, and the sounds from the forest were frightening. There was nothing we could do except sit still and wait to be rescued. But luckily, my daughters continued to sleep. About half an hour later, we heard the sound of a motor vehicle. Yes, along came a truck carrying timber to the project site. We clambered onto it and reached home safe and sound, thanking the Lord for it. But this made me more willing to listen to the advice of seniors who had gone through life experiences. Thank you.
Wasn't it wonderful to take inspiration from all these stories? While some were happy, some were sad, but indeed, all of them were life-changing. To have a look at more life-changing videos from our members, do log in tomorrow at the same place at the same time. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. on our YouTube channel, Dignity Performing Arts. Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Take care. Bye bye.